little strange. All right, guys, let's talk about the flank build. So, it's what we're currently running. We start off with colder here. You do want to grab running shoes. You basically keep it for as long as you want it. I keep it pretty long. 30% speed boost out the gate is pretty good. So I just like to get in their backline here a little bit and put pressure on them. Now, again, I don't need to kill anything. I just kind of need to split their attention a little bit and live. So that's my goal as we're kind of doing this. Just kind of poke them, try to get value here, try to get the Ana to turn maybe. Oh my god, we almost got knocked off there. So I'm gonna go in their way back line here. So it's all gonna be up putting this pressure as we push in. Now, Mei's, you're basically gonna be investing a lot into the speed. Speed and just survivability, but mainly speed. So be careful about doing anything to like die in the process. Like right here, I'm probably gonna rotate back to my team just so I can reset my cooldowns. Because I would be able to get chased a little bit into the enemy spawn. About 5 seconds on colder, so I'm not gonna like hard press anything. But we're gonna rotate now a little bit, try to take another off angle. So I'm trying to just get in the mindset right now of playing in their backline a little bit, especially in this kind of build, running the Pharah in the Mei and the Ana. Oh, good heavens, good boot. It's going to be pretty good to get in the backline since they're more of like a directional. They're all directional type heroes. And they're not really going to be able to address flanking that well. Now Ana does have sleep dart, so maybe if I grab cushion padding or something, that'll help out a little bit if I'm having trouble with sleep dart. But if I'm not having trouble with sleep darts, just keep going with a little bit of damage, a little bit of speed on there. Just keep splitting up this damage. Now, I do like playing flank, especially when there's a lot of flyers. This isn't really like a heavy flyer comp. It's just really just Pharah. But that combo with the Ana gives me the option to run this a little bit more. Oh god, I went down quick. It gives me the option to make some different plays like that. So hopefully get rezzed here maybe. There we go. Now, running shoes did receive a buff recently. So it used to be 20%. And then once when you respawn, but now it's 30%, which is insane. You also get 10 health, and I believe it's every time you respawn, right? As long as it's not in overtime, which is massive for 1,000. I honestly think running shoes is a really, really good item now, even outside of just like flank builds in general. Like you can actually run it for a lot of things. Like imagine being a tank and like you're gonna die a lot. At least just how they're based, or like maybe support and you're getting dove a lot. Running shoes is just really good for being able to get back to fights really quickly, especially combo that with that winning attitude that gives you ult charge when you die. That'd be really good. So I honestly wouldn't say it's ever really a bad item to pick right now with how it is. It's gonna take people a little bit to figure that out, but right now it's kind of what it is. So you can see we're being a little bit more aggressive with the angles that we're taking. We're not really playing like really frontline like you normally do with Mei, where like you're trying to get value with iceberg or like basically just pressuring people with the left click. I'm just trying to get people to turn a little bit. So I'll play in the back line a little bit, maybe distract them over here, just let them know I'm over here so they kind of have to address it. Yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. So now that we got freeze, we're probably just gonna go for the freeze and the Sigma.
Mei, no cooldowns. No cooldowns on Mei.
Got it. Don't know if I'm close enough with the freeze though.
Sigma's up top. Watch out.
Maybe get there's Sig. That's huge actually. Sig frozen.
He got me.
Oh, shield.
Last shot.
Let's see how they're playing here. Fair's low. Oh my god, my aim is poopy right now.
And D.Va's out of mech. It's just you.
I'm chilling. I might be able to get a reset here, maybe.
I'm coming back.
No, they did the. It's literally deja vu. Deja vu.
Damn. All right.
So this one will scale a little bit more. You'll be able to see Mei gets a lot of speed here once we get into round 3, especially.
I got Pharah.
That's huge. But yeah, going into
oh my
this round,
God.
it's not gonna be too crazy. Running shoes is basically like running shoes is basically the most, yeah. So we're going to round 2 though. Make sure we get this here. So not too bad. So round 2. let's talk about what else we're grabbing here. So it's basically just all the movement perks. The faster we can get into the backline, the quicker we can put pressure on the supports, and we can take more creative off angles. It also increases our survivability, being able to move and reposition really quickly. So aftermarket firing pin, that's a staple in this. Now Iron Eyes actually did get a buff. This used to not have any movement speed on it. You don't have to grab this. Especially if they don't have any many like headshot characters, which the only one really on their team that I need to worry about is like Mei, maybe, but I don't even think they're going for headshots. So I honestly think I'm not going to grab Iron Eyes just for the 5% movement speed. For me personally, I don't think it's going to be worth it. So I'm probably just going to invest a little bit more. I don't need that extra 5%. Probably just going to grab this, some weapon grease, just to make it a little bit easier to put some pressure. So I'm going to skip that one. Yeah, it's basically just Kiri and Mei, and neither of them are really shooting me that much. Getting most of my pressure from the Sig and the Fair right now, so I'm going to skip on that one. So, all right, now round 2, we are going to be looking for the pretty, I don't want to say creative flank, but I find a lot of luck with this flank in particular. Trying to get into that back line as soon as possible. We can even try to distract the Fair, get her to peel away from the front line like that. Perfect. This is great. So now we're just going to live. Yeah, we don't even need to kill her. So we're kind of pulling that Fair away from the front line. Then we can kind of use our ears, our sound to see when she goes back to her team. Then we go into pressuring her backline now. Get her supports to turn. Remember, we do want to live. And you can see it pulls that pressure away from the Pharah, so it's easy to kill her. And I just get in the backline, force him to turn, force out that cleanse early, and I'm just going to rotate and live. Like, this is really what you're doing here. If you get a pick, great, but like most of the stuff, I'm just trying to like distract them and like pull out abilities. So especially with like Pharah, I find this really effective with Pharah because Pharah requires everyone basically to be in front of her to be like effective, or below her. But if people are behind her, she becomes very, very vulnerable. And a lot of times Pharahs like are basically unkillable because the supports are just constantly pocketing them. So like putting that pressure on them, getting Pharah to turn, it really breaks up the efficiency of that comp. So that's kind of what this build is centered around. Now, I like to run this a little bit more when there's not many great things to run with Mei, or like kind of builds. If it's like a comp where there's really not much, I go for more of like a flanky kind of build. I might die here. Yeah, we get a big freeze though, maybe. Good pressure. We get the Fair off with that one. So if I feel like I'm not going to get like super good value against the team I'm running, like if they're running Pharah, Mercy, Freya, Zen, you know, like Zarya, I'll do this like flank build. I'm not even gonna go for kills, right? I'm just gonna go for distracting, like pulling people apart, so it's easier for the people that are good at killing the people on that team. Make it a lot easier for them to like secure eliminations and make the enemy team more inefficient in what they're doing. Now this one you can run basically a lot of builds against this comp, but I really wanted to talk about this flank one, especially with the Ana on there. So we're gonna again go into the back line here, pull him back. You can see the Mei's chasing us right now. I'm not even trying to get these kills. Look at this. We're just forcing out cooldowns. Mei's down with this one. Oh, they got the support now. I'm gonna try to roll out of here. Again, we're gonna play. This is kind of a little spicy. Hopefully we don't get sleep darted here, but we're gonna stay in the back line now. I'm gonna pressure the Ana again. Here we go. And just keep playing back here. Nice and safe. Again, our priority is not to get a limbs. It's to pull people away from whatever they're trying to do, whatever they're efficient at doing. So like you'll see, I'm not going to like full send it on people and try to get eliminations because that's not what I'm doing. If it means I might die in the process, that means I'm going to have less time pressuring and pulling the fight apart. So this is kind of what I'm doing, right? I'm poking. I'm ready to rotate though, you know, if I get pressured out. So this is where we get like really good value against what they're doing. So that's why it's kind of about speed. It's less about weapon power, more about speed and survivability. Now, you do want to scale your weapon a little bit just to make sure that they can feel your shots. Because if they start to notice that you're not really doing much damage to them, they're kind of probably just going to start ignoring you. So I like to scale the damage just a little bit just to make sure I still have some kind of impact. But again, the core of this build is playing in the backline, taking creative off angles, and again, living. It is very important to take off angles and live as long as possible. Pull people back. If they want to chase you, That's fine. Go play in their spawn. Keep going back further, back further, back further. If they want to chase you, because remember, you're doing that one-to-one trade the whole time, and a lot of times what you're doing is as they're chasing you, their supports are having to turn around and like heal them or like see what's going on. Oops, excuse me. So you're gonna get a lot of value that way. So we got the flank build here. Round 2, we're gonna grab Cry Climb. Now again, you're gonna have the boulder at this point. Boulder Cry Climb. This is really good. You're not gonna want to use it aggressively just yet. Round 5 definitely is probably when we'll start using it aggressively. But again, this is still primarily used to rotate. You can use it if people are pressuring and you want to put a little bit of damage on them. But again, don't use this as like your damage source. You do not want to use your one survivability as your damage source. That is not your value you're getting here. So let's upgrade some more stuff here. I think what I'll probably do, I'm gonna sell these off. I'm gonna grab snow boots just to get even more speed out the gate. So now we're gonna have 30% move speed plus snow boots. And we're gonna be flying on the off angle. So what I'll probably do here, especially on this map, I'm probably gonna play on a really creative off angle for this first fight, but a good distance away so they can't like easily pressure me. So you'll see I'll take this off angle here. This first fight's gonna take right here, and a lot of times, you know, that fight's gonna happen at that intersection. So while they're doing this, I'm gonna keep rotating into their back line and pressuring them from behind, so I can use my snow boots to rotate quickly. There we go, and get them to turn. But again, I want them to chase me, right? I really want them to chase me, so as they pull this apart. So kind of pulling this Pharah around, trying to get her to focus one person is making her less efficient, right? She's got splash damage, so she's really against large groups. So if I can get her to turn for me, that's really good. I'm gonna do this just to make sure I live here. Here we go. And again, this is my job right now. My job is to make sure I keep these off angles to take the pressure off my front line. If they're still kind of losing in the front line like they're doing right now, you know, maybe I'll think, but even then it's gonna happen, right? So you're gonna lose some fights here and there. And I think this one, I probably still won't start playing the front line because that's just gonna make Pharah more efficient against us. So I'm gonna keep doing this, right? We're doing our job. I think we're getting a lot of value, so we're gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna rotate back here. You can see I'm living. I am playing very scared right now, or I don't want to say scared, but more passive, right? Trying not to get in a position where I'm going to die really easily. So as long as I'm living a lot and still pressuring people, and I'm turning this around a little bit. Probably use my ice block when I get out of here. Now we go down. Big sleep dart. So that's probably something. If I start getting slept a lot by Ana, I might grab cushion padding.
They're just
just for the ability for me to get back up after being slept really quickly, so I can respond with my ice block. Cushion padding really good for upping your survivability. So good wall here. Actually, I'm gonna rotate this one out. That's his flux too. So I'm gonna probably go down here, but get a good freeze. Might be able to put some pressure on that so we can rotate to their point. Maybe kill the Pharah on point. Maybe. There's the barrage. Cleanse comes out. There you go. It's huge. Okay, let's get in there. So yeah, they used a lot here. This is probably a really good turning point. We're going to fight on their payload now just because we need to make sure that we stop that from the cap. I'm going to play out here. Dodge the rock. I'm going to hold on to my wall, though. I don't need a wall off the Sigma. I'm probably going to use it just to make sure I live a little bit more easily. Phase 1. Nice. Okay, I'm going to chill on this payload if you guys want to grab it. So I've got a little bit more. Yeah, you guys do that. So I'm gonna make sure they don't cap this. Again, I'm gonna keep these like long angles here. May's really good at distance. She has no damage drop off. So playing long angles for Mei is really good, especially in a game where there's not really any snipers. Freya's probably the closest thing to match her on distance, which we don't see any Freya. We do see another Mei though. Got a little battle going on here. There's the ice block. Cool. Nice. There we go. We got our payload moving right now, so I'm going to keep playing this. Now, again, this is where I'm kind of shifting priorities. I'm not really going for the off angles anymore because with my speed and my survivability, playing on the payload like this, until we get more people on it, it's really easy for me to rotate and live if I get like pressured by like 5 people. Like if the whole team goes to the payload,
got her.
It's easier for me to rotate out real quickly. and try to get my team to regroup with me. So playing there. So now that we're kind of matched up here, I think we might go into OT. Maybe wall this off so they don't touch. There you go. Cool. All right. Round 2 in the books. So it's looking pretty good.
Bro, how are we getting no money? What do you mean? I feel like I was doing a lot.
They're not. These fights aren't like. They're not like big brawly fights with a lot of healing. So.
True.
Okay. So round 4. You can see like we kind of shift our priorities as we play. It's not 100% flanking. But again, that is like that's like our first priority. It's like we do that. If we can't do that, or if it's not efficient to do that, then we do the next thing. And we kind of look for value elsewhere. So like flanking there probably wasn't the best thing. Having that angle, holding that payload while my team, the brawly part of my team, fought on our payload with the enemy team was definitely the best way to go about that. So, all right, going into round 4, you just go back to your flank build guide here. Iron Eyes if you want. I think I might grab cushion padding here though. This isn't in the build, but again, this is an item you need to know about no matter what build you're doing. Minus 40% incoming negative effect duration applies to so many things in Overwatch. So make sure if you're having trouble with any kind of status effect, cushion padding is your way to go. Out the game. So compensator, let's see what else we got here. I might maybe just grab Iron Eyes just to get a little bit more speed. I think we've got enough damage and pressure with these 3 here. So we've got 25% attack speed. So I'm gonna get a little bit more movement speed here as we push up. And I might be able to take this choke really early. So again, off angles is what we're playing here. Don't forget about your snow boots if you need to rotate really quickly. Always have that ready to go. I'm gonna take this longer off angle here. Maybe get a nice little wall, but then play the off angles. Wall this off, split them up a little bit just to force out their cooldowns a little bit easier. He's got a lot of survival. Okay. All right.
The barrier.
This is why you don't use your survivability to do damage. Look at that. Look at that. There you go. Yeah, that's why I recommend to a lot of Mei players that play Stadium. Just don't make it a habit. That's why I don't like grabbing Colder is like a damage thing. Maybe until like round 5 when you can scale your AP more. But it's like it's not worth it. The amount of damage you do early game, trading your your one like consistent survival ability for a tiny bit of damage in like pressure and CC, it's just not worth it in my opinion. So it's really easy to rotate around that. All right, so again, you can see we're taking some weird, crazy off angles. Lemons is with me right now too. We're gonna wait patiently here. Push in so we can get a nice, easy off angle probably right now. Now that the Yana's pushed up, there you go. And you can see she has to do like a 360 rotate. It makes her so much more inefficient. Oh god, that's such a bad wall. Makes her more inefficient. This is whatever she's doing.
I'm coming.
Okay, we'll just rotate out now. We'll just keep this high ground. Keep pressuring as they come in. There you go. Little wall. I might even solo freeze Diana. Why not? Why not? You know, nice and easy freeze there. All that out. Maybe get a little cap going. Hit me up there. Don't want to get too distracted though. Now that we're playing on the point, we don't have as much angular pressure, so maybe just play the wall here if they push up. Yeah, big fun right here. Here we go. Cool. That'll be our round 3rd point there. Go over this up. Now again, this build specifically, if you're trying to be efficient with Mei, is really much better against teams that are like, yeah, flyers. The only thing about this is like if they have a decent amount of speed where they can rotate on you, like if they have Lucio Juno, it might be a little bit harder to run this because they can pressure you. But again, you might just build a little bit more into survivability at that point and just pulling them apart. It still can work. But again, if you're going up against a comp and you're like, dude, I'm playing Mei, I'm not going to be able to hit many shots because they're running flyers and like it's just, I'm a projectile here. or they're not like, I'm not going to be able to get a lot of value with AP. This is a build that you pick, and you can, I'm telling you, this is probably one of the most consistent ways to get value, is running these flanks, creating more off angles on the enemy team to split their attention, make them less efficient at what they're doing. You know, if Ana has to turn every 2 seconds to address the Mei behind her, she is losing that value against healing her team, right? And she is much more efficient at healing generally than doing damage and dealing with flankers. So the more time you can like pull the attention away from somebody of what they're efficient at doing, you're basically creating value for that front line. Their tank's going to be less sustained, and it's going to be much easier for the rest of your team to push them. So that's the philosophy behind this. When I tell you it is extremely important to trust in the flank, a lot of high ranked players understand this concept. Yeah, high ranked players definitely understand this concept. And what I notice is that low ranked players don't see the value in it because they're scared to either try it or they don't do it in the correct way to where they can get the value. That's what I'm saying. It's two parts. You have to take crazy abusive angles, and you also have to live at the same time. Because what I'll see like lower ranked people do is that they'll take these off angles, but then they'll die in the process, and then their team gets steamrolled. Because you have to do both. You have to live and pressure the same time. I hear the honor right here. I'm gonna block just to make sure I don't get slept. Because I did get rid of that cushion padding. I'm gonna stay back here. So now that I know nobody's behind me, I'm gonna play back here as long as I can. As long as I have nice little angles. And keep pressuring them. Try to get them to turn, you know? Let them know that I'm behind them, so they have to do something about it. I'm not trying to kill them at all. I'm just trying to get hit markers to let them know, hey, I'm behind you. Turn and shoot me. Because that's going to make you less efficient at what you're doing. So that's what we're doing right now. That's why cross angles in Overwatch are so strong. You'll see a lot of like pro lobbies, or like Overwatch League or now OWCS. You see a lot of them do these really strong off angles, take these crazy angles, and pressure them, especially against comps that require a lot of linear gameplay. I'm a flying boulder, dude. Let's go.
Mei's on right here.
Little bit of a weird spot now. I'm just gonna play on top of this wall for a sec. Okay. Yeah, I see her. Push the shield out. Fight's kind of breaking out everywhere. I see the Ana behind us. Should be fine. I'm gonna roll her out a little bit. So this is where I'm probably putting a little bit more aggressive with it now that I got a little bit more survivability on. It's not like a bad idea. But you can see I'm barely playing on the point. Like normally Mei's would play on the point, right? On the objectives. This build really doesn't want you to do that. It's to create those off angles. Actually, I'm gonna freeze this Mei though. Uh-oh. Oh, she walks back into it. Slay. Oh, she lives too. There you go. Cool. And I'm probably just gonna set up for the next off angle here. Can get up here a little bit.
Mercy.
Pressure Diana. There you go. I'm just gonna stay in here now. If I see the Fair try to pressure me out a little bit, I'll use my boulder to get out. But again, just living. Just living. That is it. Keeping abusive off angles, really making this chaotic for the enemy team, so they really can't do any like coordinated team pushes. So you can see they're starting to get to the point where they're kind of just ignoring me. They've realized that I'm distracting them way too much from what they're trying to do. So I might have to scale a little bit more into weapon power, so I can actually like maybe get in a limb or two, so they feel like they actually have to address me when I'm in their back line a little bit more. But this might be it anyways, so might be able to zone this out a little bit. Pressure up the Fair a little bit. Always helps if you can hit a few shots. I'm gonna do this now. I see that Ana coming in. Push her out maybe to our team a little bit. Uh-oh. Now, okay, I'm not in a great spot. That's what I kind of mean. That was a bad call on my part. That's what I kind of mean about like using your survival ability to do damage. You're gonna find yourself in those situations a lot more where you're gonna die when you really didn't need to. So remember, dying is like the #1 sin in Overwatch. So
let's check the standings.
All right,
3-2.
All right, so going into round 6, right? This should be round 6. We have our booster jets. We have our snow boots. We have our aftermarket firing pin. We have all our movement stuff that we need. I'm gonna get rid of Iron Eyes again. Don't need the survivability on that much. If you go back to the build here, now we can start of this build is perfect to at this point, right? You can see we're not really doing too much damage, so it's already kind of built in that we're gonna up our damage a little bit more. Now you can grab Icy Veins here if you think you can get more value with your boulder. You can grab Phantasmic Flux if you think you want to get a little bit more weapon power in lifesteal for survival, or 3-tap Tommy if you just want to go full kind of glass cannon type thing with your secondary to get some like big burst damage on the targets that you're shooting. I'm gonna go the safe route. I'm probably just gonna grab Phantasmic Flux. I think we're getting plenty of opportunities to take angles and get value on those angles, so I'm just gonna up my survivability a little bit more while getting a little bit more weapon power. I think everything else we could probably upgrade wrist straps too. I think I'm gonna up, instead of weapon speed, I'm just gonna grab Talon Mod and make my shots have a little bit more oomph, so I can shake the enemy a little bit when I hit them with it, make them react to my shots a little bit. That's kind of what I'm doing. So all right, so coming up right here, I think I'm gonna be safe and not take the closed route, because it's going to be easy for Farah to get on top of me if I go that way, and if she does go that way. A lot more safer to go this route. Play in the open, keep Farah in front of me at a distance, so she can't really get easy value. So I think I made the right call there. Yeah, that looks like, or maybe not. Yeah. So they went this way, so this will be fine. I'm actually going to wall them out here. Just pressure the SIG. There's the man on the left. Not gonna worry too much about that right now. Getting a little too close for comfort with where I want to be playing. Try to rotate here a little bit. Go with the flow though. Getting ready to use my coulter to get out if I need. You know, I'm gonna play back a little bit. I'm gonna use my snow boots. Get out here a little bit. Get in their back line. There you go. Pressure the Ana again. Probably look for that sleep dart. See, there's the nade, right? We already pulled that out. This is great, man. No nade on the Ana now. If we can even pull the sleep dart out, that'd be great. Okay, so let's roll. And you can see, I'm not going to roll into them. I'm going to roll out and create this space. Pull the Mei out a little bit. And really just keep going back. You can see that they're realizing that they're just not getting a lot of value. So they like keep rotating back to their team. But super inefficient, right? As we do this. So I'm just living back here. Now I know the Farah's coming back from spawn now. So I'm going to play back a little bit. Wait for her to... There you go. And I can chill back in here and spawn with her the whole time as long as she's back here. Honest back here. Now they're hunting me, so this is fine. Oh my god, I went down so quick. Quarter of a second earlier on that shift button, I should have been fine. So, but you can see that's kind of what we're doing, especially if we can... Oh, it's the homing rocket. That's what it is. That burst damage, man. It's crazy. I keep forgetting about it. I'm so used to the Farah barrage build right now. I keep forgetting the homing rocket. It has some pretty good burst damage too. So, all right, going back. Use our snow boots to get back quickly. Obviously, I should have been doing that in spawn. Let's try to push out this wall. Got my freeze ready to go, so I'll probably get in there, especially on the SIG. Yeah, let's get in there quick. Throw it right to the ground so we can't eat it. Freeze him out. Cool. Force out nano. Love that. Might even be able to kill him with it. Roll out from this. Remember, playing safe, pulling him away. If they want to chase, go for it, but I'm going to keep backing up. I'll play here as long as I want. Open this fight up more. You can see, especially the Mei, the Sigma, they don't really know where to look because the fight has become, instead of just in front of them, it's all around them. So it's really hard for them to be efficient with like isolating, focusing targets, eliminating them. This is a lot of the value you get with this. This build is when you do really open these up. Remember, I like to keep reminding you the two big parts of this build are take aggressive off angles and live. Get the enemy to turn and live while they're doing it. Get them to force out abilities that aren't used efficiently because you're in their backline, and then live. You really got to trust the process in doing it. You're not going to get many kills. You'll see I don't really kill many things, but these fights are turning in our favor because their team is less efficient at what they're doing, and it's creating more opportunities for my front line, my tank, my other DPS to get those kills. Because the targets they're shooting aren't getting supported by their healers. They're down critical cooldowns that I forced out early, like prematurely, so they don't use them at the right spots. And that's kind of like where you're really just creating a lot of chaos. Ooh, we barely lit that one. Rotate out here. Wait for this one, and I just toss it right on payload. Zone them out. They'll probably cleanse it. Nope, no cleanse. My God. So there's the Ana. You can see that support going right now. I'm gonna wait for a second. So don't know if this will be... Okay, I'll probably end up going down here. I think they just win this fight. Unless I can live. Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be crazy? I'm just gonna try to live here. Oh, the homing rocket. Damn. So close to my my block. That'd have been funny. All right. One more fight here. What do we got? Yeah, you can see not a lot of limbs. Not a super large amount of damage. So you can see stat-wise, it's not really gonna look like we're doing much, but you guys can see it, man. You see the value we're getting. That's what I mean. You really got to trust the process. You can't really just look at stats and be like, oh no, DPS, not doing much DPS. It's like the amount of value we're getting by turning attention and forcing out cooldowns. It's a stat you're not gonna be able to see, right? But your team will feel it as long as you're doing it right. That's the thing, is you also gotta live. You also got to live with it. Trying to get him off this payload, but probably get another fight here. Yeah. Wait for one more fight here. 90% to our next freeze. We should be fine. Probably just toss it on here. We've got some pretty good econ. Yeah, freeze and coalescence coming out here soon, so those armory doesn't die. Oh. Try to get this before I jump down. Oh, damn. Good timing, though. Good timing. Probably gonna die. Freeze goes down. Ooh, this might be going to a round 7. Jesus, nice. Enemy team had a nice rally. Dude, it sucks we lost that Moira. That Cole with the freeze would have been huge. That's a big bomb. Use our snow boots. Get back quickly. I keep forgetting about it. It's been so long since I ran snow boots. Go for sustain. Trying to get him off, but it's not gonna be enough. Kiri's low. Actually, really good.
Hey,
good stall here too. Okay, we should be fine.
Ana is the next target.
Push him off, maybe. Cool. Nice, close one. All right. So that is the Flank Mei build.
Try to insta-kill Pharah so many times for us to still somehow lose a fight.
Weird.
But they had so much survivability, it was insane.
That is the Flank Mei build. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know in the video. Really, again, this is a build it's not going to be the same thing every time. You have to think on your feet. You have to get creative, and you have to be confident in what you're doing. If you find that you're trying and you're playing safe and you're still dying a lot, do not be afraid to just completely shift into like an AP build or like a weapon power build and just play a little bit closer, play a little bit safer. If you find that's not working, do not be afraid to shift. But again, be confident in yourself. Give it a shot, especially against a comp where you'll see the value of pressuring them, getting them to turn a lot, and waste their cooldowns. Don't be afraid to run it. I've found a lot of success with this. This build almost all, like, I'd say like 90% of the time, I feel like I get a really good amount of value. But I also only run it when I feel like I'm going to get value against the enemy comp that I'm running. So this is not you can just run it whenever kind of build, right? If they have people to address flankers, it's not going to work that well. So like, you know, if they got Cassidy or even like a Reaper, or even, you know, the supports they're running are like Lucio, Juno, like it's very, they can fly wherever they want. It's really easy for them to not get pressured by you. You might find it a little bit harder. So just keep that in mind. So this is the Flank Mei build. This is in my kit. I don't use this very often, but it is effective when I find a way to use it. So don't be afraid to put that in your kit. Build code is in the description. You guys can check that out. And we will see you on the next build video as we update these. We got Tracer coming out soon. So if you guys want to make sure you're up to date with all the latest Stadium builds, make sure to subscribe and then go follow me on Twitch so you can see us live, ask questions, talk about it, stay up to date with everything Stadium, the current metas, the current everything. as we talk about going forward on Stadium. So that's this video. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.